Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Pranav Savla, and I'm a student of Visionade, and I'm also now with these videos helping them. I'm posting on their online academy, uh, the link of which will be provided in the description. So this is the second part of demystifying VoiceOver. So recall that last week, or in fact in the last video, we discussed about navigation commands, how to navigate using voiceover, and also about UI elements. We ended with getting help. So this week will be much less keyboard commands, so it won't be a lot of things to kind of store in your mind. So this week will be more conceptual. Okay, this week where think of it as last week I was teaching you how to walk, probably in a training ground, and this week we're actually going out onto the road and we're walking. Okay, and so this week we're going to start out with two apps that we're going to explore. These are the most commonly used system apps, or apps that come by default installed onto a Mac, um, mostly by a visually impaired person. These are the two most common apps. And in this, we are also going to learn a few commands. However, keep in mind, all these commands that you're going to learn today are system wide, meaning that these can be used without voiceover as well. So I hope you've turned on voiceover already. If you've not, jog up your memory, guys. It's Command F5 to switch it on. Command is the key located to the left. My voiceover is already on. Let me show it to you. So I'm currently on my desktop, and I'm just going to press Control Option or VO right arrow. You remember that? What does that do?
One system dialog displayed. Enter password. Secure edit
Okay, my
text.
VM went to sleep.
Enter password.
So
You are
I'm
currently on a
gonna
text
enter
field.
my.
To enter text in this field, type. This is a secure text field. Text type.
Let me just type in my password here.
Login button. Press login. Finder. Desktop.
There you go. So my Mac VM just auto locked. Anyway, let me show you where I am. You already heard my voiceover on, so I'm gonna press. Remember the command to navigate around. So I'm in my desktop, and if I press VO left, if you've guessed that.
VMware tools
Even
volume.
if I press VO right.
VMware tools
That's
volume.
the only thing on my desktop that is related to a virtual machine. You remember last time my desktop was empty, but now it's a volume that's on my desktop. And so first we're going to look at system preferences. Now, what is system? We took a brief look at system preferences last week, I guess, only to open it up. We were looking at how to open an app and close an app. So we were looking at system preferences at that point. System preferences is, think of it like a settings menu. Think of it like if you have a phone, your settings app in your phone, or if you have a Windows computer, it's your settings app in your Windows, or your control panel in Windows. So this is system preferences in a Mac. I could, of course, go to my dock by pressing, if you guessed it, that's VOD, and then navigate to system preferences and launch it. But I have a quicker way of doing it from my desktop. So if you guys remember, last week I told you about the menu bar in a Mac. That's at the top of the that's at the top, and I mentioned specifically that the first item in your menu bar, the first menu, is a fixed menu, which is the Apple menu. Now, we went through that menu too, and in that menu, we found system preferences. So let's actually go and launch system preferences from there. So I mentioned this last week as well. To go to the menu bar, you press, if you remember it from last week, Control Option or VOM.
Menu bar Apple.
So it says
you are currently on a menu bar item. To open this menu.
And quick side note, you can just press Control to pause and resume voiceover speech. So I just paused it with Control.
Press Control Option space.
And you can continue. So now if I press the down arrow,
Apple menu 10 items.
we enter the Apple menu, and let's go through it.
About this
I
Mac.
could view about this
You are currently on a
Mac,
menu item.
which is not going to display too much because it's a VM, a virtual machine that I'm using.
System preferences. 1 update. You are
There's
current.
an update. Okay, I didn't update my software, but you can please make sure. I'm going to show you that in a second. Let's go through this menu bar quickly, just so you're well versed with it. Just a revision.
Apps or
We're going to
ellipsis.
go in there in a
You are current.
second.
Recent items. Submenu.
That's my recent apps. So like not the ones that are open, but like just recent apps that I want to browse. So it's quick toggles.
Force quit ellipsis command option escape.
Honestly, I've never tried that.
Sleep.
That's
You are currently restart ellipsis.
restart,
Shut down
shut
ellipsis.
down,
Lock screen command control Q.
lock screen.
You are currently log out Pranav Savla ellipsis
And I'll
command
do
shift
that
Q.
again.
About this Mac.
So let's go
You are
back to
system
preferences. Now, let me jog your memory. To open something, you press Control Option Space.
Closing menu. VMware Tools. Volume. System preferences. 1 update. System preferences. Software update window. Toolbar.
Okay, one
You are
second.
currently on a toolbar.
I am gonna go back.
Back. Preference panes. Scroll toolbar. Zoom. Close
Okay,
button.
so the first item instance we've opened up in the system preferences, and the first 1 or 2 items are going to be there in mostly every system app or even in other apps that you download. So the first item here is the close button. So
Close button.
if I were to press Control Option or VO space on this, system preferences would close. Of course, I have a much easier way to do that, and I'd like you to pause this video now and just try to recall that command. And if you have recalled it and if you guessed it right, it is Command Q. So Command Q will let you close an app, but you could also do it from here if you want to close something and if your command key stopped working. But let's go to the right. You can minimize this, which is also helpful.
Zoom.
That's
dimmed.
dimmed. That usually lets you zoom into the app.
Toolbar.
Now that's our first option, the toolbar. So we're going to go through these options one by one. Let's interact with this toolbar here. Again, I'd like you to pause the video and remember how you interact with something. If you want, you can practice it on your Mac currently, if you have it open. But yeah. So if you guessed it was Control Option Shift down arrow, you're right. So that's VO Shift down arrow.
In toolbar. 5 items back. Dim
so our
button.
first item in our toolbar, and this toolbar is also there in most apps. This lets you just go through your app quickly, like a few options.
Forward button.
That will I will teach you some commands of this, like if you want to go through your app back and forward, like to navigate through screens. Okay, to go back one screen in the app and to go forward, this will help you do that.
Show all
Show
button.
all will show all the screens.
System preferences.
That's the title.
You are currently on a text element. Search text field.
And this will let you search through your system preferences. So I could just type something like, let's see, accessibility here.
E S I system I F I Y accessibility completion selected.
And if I hit enter, this should
out of toolbar accessibility shortcut.
There you go. See, it's taken us into accessibility. Now, if I want to go back out of accessibility, back to that main system preferences window, of course, I could go all the way
accessibility toolbar.
Back to this toolbar.
You are currently on a toolbar to interact with the
back, but that can get tedious. You know, if I have a shortcut, I can do it quickly. Why not? So if I want to go back, I can press Command left bracket. For people who don't know where left bracket is, it's let me tell you. So you have your shift, enter, and then you have a backslash key. And so 2 keys to the left of that is your left bracket key. Now this is same as Windows, so because this is a normal QWERTY keyboard, so it's the same. And so command left bracket. Now, as I said, this is a universal command. So even with VoiceOver off, let me show you this. I'm gonna switch off VoiceOver.
VoiceOver
if I
off.
press command left bracket, I press the command. Now let me switch on VoiceOver again to show you where I am.
VoiceOver on System Preferences window. Toolbar has keyboard focus.
It's
Preference
taken
panes.
us back to that same screen. So now to go forward, to go back to that last screen, that was that accessibility screen. To go forward, it's the reverse, command right bracket.
Forward. Loading accessibility window.
And
UR accessibility features
there you go.
table.
We're back in accessibility. Now let's go back to system preferences.
Back. System Preferences window. Zoom.
So we
Toolbar.
looked at the toolbar and we noticed we could quickly search for something. But say you don't know what's in settings and you don't know where something is. You want to go through every option, right? Let's go via right.
Preference panes.
Preference panes.
Scroll area.
Preference panes scroll area. And you have to interact with this because it made that noise. Let me make you listen to that again. Oops, I think
Toolbar. Preference
that
panes.
noise, if that noise, that means it's interactable. So let's interact with this by pressing VO shift down arrow.
In preference panes, scroll area. 30 items, general button.
General. Now you can
Desktop
just
and
press right
screensaver
and
button.
left. You don't even need to press VO right and your left. Let's
General
look at
button.
what all we have in
You are
system
currently on a
preferences.
button inside of a scroll area. To click desktop and screensaver button.
You can
You are
customize that.
dock
Dock,
button.
we told you what the dock was.
Mission control
Mission
button.
control. Now,
You are currently on a button inside
I'm
of
going
a
to explain certain Mac features as well, just so that, if you're new, you can get to know. Mission control is something like your standby apps and stuff. I honestly haven't really gone through much of mission control.
language and region
That's
button.
to customize your language and region.
Security and privacy.
Apple's a lot about security, so that's something, you have a lot of options in there.
Spotlight
Spotlight.
button.
Now, I will be mentioning how you do spotlight search in a later video, but spotlight search is, think about it like Windows start menu Cortana search box, where you can type in something and it'll give you results either from the web or from your own apps and files. So spotlight search is useful wherever you can just search for something and get in there. So it's very quick.
Notifications button.
Notifications.
CDs and DVDs.
Now this is not going to work on my system because I don't have a disk drive, and in newer Macs it doesn't do so. This option is removed.
Displays
button. Now many times you may connect a secondary display, so this option will let you customize each display.
Energy saver.
Energy saver is basically like a battery saver, so it helps you customize options for that. Keyboard. It's keyboard settings, nothing special.
Mouse.
Again, mouse.
Trackpad
now
button.
if you don't have an external mouse connected, trackpad will let you customize your touchpad or your trackpad, as Macs call it.
Printers and
scanners. If you have, so this is useful when you have things connected to your Mac. So if you have a printer connected via USB or Wi-Fi, that'll help you out. Sound.
Ink button.
Ink, I honestly haven't gone through it much, but I guess it's like drawing.
Startup disk.
Startup disk, that's your startup. This is only available in VMware, I guess. But this helps you choose your startup disk, or even in some Macs, this is there, where it helps you choose your startup disk or from which drive should your Mac start from.
iCloud.
iCloud, this is very useful if you want to back things up to your iCloud account.
Internet accounts.
Internet accounts, that's if you set up mail and stuff, so you can go in there.
Software update.
And we'll be looking at that because I think I had an update over there. So software update, it's always got to keep your Mac up to date. Network, that's for Wi-Fi and stuff currently, because I'm using a VM, it's Ethernet.
Extensions.
Now this is useful if you have different files.
Sharing.
That's different features like AirDrop and stuff.
Users and groups. Parental controls button.
If you have a kid who's using your Mac.
Siri.
Yeah, Macs also have Siri.
Date and time button.
You can customize that.
Time machine
Time
button.
machine is for Mac local backup. So if you've backed something up to your system, time machine will help you there to get back.
Accessibility
We just
button.
went in there, accessibility.
Forward button. You are currently on a button inside of the tool.
I guess that's it. 1 second. Yeah, that's it.
Mission control. 2 items, spaces bar, group, spaces bar, group.
Didn't want to go there.
You are currently on a group. To interact with items in this group, press control. System preferences. System preference, spaces bar, group.
There you go, we're back.
System show all button, forward
And then
button.
there's forward.
You are currently show all system preferences,
And
accessibility.
it takes us to accessibility because we were right there. So let me go back. I'm not able to go back.
Accessibility. System prep show forward but back dim
Okay,
button.
so
You are currently on a button inside of it out of toolbar.
there.
Preference panes scroll area.
So now let's go back into our preference panes. Now I'm not going to be navigating my arrows because you can just use your letter keys. So I know software updates with S. So I'm going to hit S.
Security and privacy button. You are currently on a button.
And it won't work. So
spotlight button, notification, CDs and displays, energies, keyboard, mouse, trackpad button, security and private, and keyboard, mouse button, trackpad, printers and sound button, ink button, startup disk but iCloud button, internet account, software update button.
Now I'm gonna hit spacebar on this.
Loading software update window.
Because you can press space without even pressing Control Option space, and that will bring us
software update
to
image
this window.
You are currently image.
So 2 images.
You are currently on null 8.20 upgrade now null 8.25 gigabytes.
Okay, that's a big update, and I'm gonna click
upgrade now. More info. Other updates are available. Your Mac will try to update later tonight and will automatically restart.
Yeah,
you are currently on a text more info button. Use of this software is subject to the you are link original license agreement.
The license agreement.
You are current that accompany the software update. Automatically keep my Mac up to date. Checked checkbox. Advanced but help button. Help
so
button.
Let's go and
click link. Use of more info. Other updates. More info. Upgrade now.
Upgrade
button.
now.
You are currently on a button. Press upgrade now. Dim button.
And
software update image. Downloading new updates. 0% progress indicator.
So it's gonna download.
You are currently on
updates. And so that's how you use system preferences. Okay, basically, I'm gonna actually go and close my system preferences here.
Finder, desktop, VM.
So you remember that's Command Q. So that was a quick tour of system preferences and the software update section. Now let's look at the App Store so you can download new apps. So let me go back to my menu bar because you know I don't want to go to my dock.
Menu bar, Apple, about this Mac.
So
system App Store.
Remember the App Store was here, right? So let me just hit space on this.
App Store. You are currently on a volume. App loading. Apps discover collect.
So we're in a discover collection in our App Store, and let's look what we have. I'm gonna go VO home. That's VO function left because I don't have a home key on this laptop, and that will take me. Oh, 1 second.
Sidebar. Close button.
So again, we've got a close button.
Minimize button.
Minimize.
Full screen button.
Here we've got a full screen button. Okay.
Discover. You are currently.
That's a text element that says which window are we on.
Search field. Search text field. Search.
And we could type in a search.
Sidebar group.
Now this.
You are currently on a group. To interact with items in this group, press Control Option Shift down arrow.
Which is what we will do. Let's interact with this. VO shift down arrow.
In sidebar group. 7 item. Create table row. Work table row.
Create.
You are currently on a
These
table
are
row.
like
Inside.
things, categories, okay?
Play table row. Develop table row.
Develop.
Categories table. You updates table row. Updates table. Work create discover table row.
And
discover
so
table row.
Let's keep it on discover. So let's go out of this.
Out of sidebar group. Discover collection. SAVLAA. Discover collection.
Discover collection. Let's take a quick glance in this. Again, interact with it.
In section 6 ways to write productively. In 6 ways to write productively.
Many apps in this. And we could just, if we wanted,
apps and games we love right now.
navigate.
You are out of this.
Okay, this little audio.
savlaasha75@gmail.com.
That's the Apple ID I'm using here. So I
savlaasha7
can go to my account menu. Let's go search for an app, okay?
collection iBar group.
So I'm going to show you how you download something.
Search field, search text field, search.
Okay, let's see. What do I want to download? You know what? I want pages. So I'm going to search for pages in this search text field.
S.
Pages, and I'm going to hit
Apps
enter.
results for pages collection. Search hints pop-up. You are currently on a collection. To begin interacting with the items in this list,
So
press Control
let's
Option.
go into this collection here again.
Pages, documents that stand apart. Button.
Yep.
You are
Let's click on
pages.
that.
Page collection.
Okay.
Pages collection. SAVLAS pages collection.
Okay. Let's
In
go
section
this
4, preview, description, ratings and reviews. Ratings,
okay.
review. What's new? Version 10 point.
new?
Information. Provider. App. What?
You could read all that. I don't want
Preview.
to.
Out of pages.
So let's
collection.
go out of that.
SAV age 4 productivity 294 ratings 4 share button get button.
So here's our get button. Let's do a VO space on this.
GET default button. GET cancel button. Are you sure you want to get pages?
Yeah,
Press get cancel.
Here, so
GET default button.
Get default.
Now in App Store window loading button.
Let's
cancel. You are currently on a button.
So
share loading button. Cancel.
It's loading.
Share button. Loading button.
And it'll download. So I can go and close my app.
An error occurred during purchase. The operation couldn't be completed. Com.OK. The operation couldn't be. An error occurred during purchase.
Oh, okay.
The operation couldn't be completed. Com.apple.commerce.client error 551. You are currently on a text L. OK.
Okay, there's an error. I have to look into this. But you know what? I'm going to click OK.
Get button.
But that's how you go and get something from the app store.
Closing dialog.
Download for you. It didn't for me. But let me close this again, Command Q.
Finder, desktop.
So that's how you use two applications, the system preferences and the app store. Very easy applications to use, especially because VoiceOver is the same around different apps. Okay, so that concludes the second part. You can go around, play around with system preferences, play around with VoiceOver, go potentially you can try anything in system preferences so long as you know what you're doing. But yeah, that's exactly so yeah, if you have any questions you can write down below in the comments section, and I will see you in the next part. Thank you.